welcome back to Champion the Passion, a weekly pro wrestling podcast where we inspire you to champion your passions and celebrate the joy in what you love. I'm your host. My name is Victoria Daisy, and today we're going to be recapping everything that happened last night on AEW Dynamite, or should I say Dynamite 300, because last night we celebrated 300 episodes of AEW Dynamite, which was so special. But before we dive in, don't forget to leave a 5-star review if you enjoyed. Follow me at It's Victoria Daisy across all social platforms, and follow Champion the Passion across all streaming platforms. But let's dive right into the opening segment. Opening up the show, we had Hangman Adam Page, and he got on the mic to reiterate the fact that he will do anything for this company and that at All In, he will set the AEW World Championship free and bring it back home. He then said there's nothing anyone can do that would be enough to let this chance pass by him. Then Hangman said that it's all or nothing or death. And then said that he wants this to be a Texas death match because you can beat him down as many times as you want, but you're gonna have to kill him if you want to get rid of him. And he said that, and I just got full body chills. I was like, holy crap, he wants a Texas death match. Let's freaking go. So then Jon Moxley came out, obviously our AEW world champion, and I mean, Mox heard deathmatch and he was like, oh, that's my cue. I'm coming out. Let's go. He hears chaos and he's like, yep, they're calling me. And so Mox responded by saying that by doing this, Hangman is putting everything on the line, and he doesn't believe that he would want to do that. He then said that a Texas death match is not something he would survive, so he should stay mediocre because soon he will learn that Moxley is more than just the championship, but that he's a killer. And then chaos erupted because Moxley and the rest of the Death Riders came out and just went ham on Mox. I mean, they were going berserk on this man. And so Hangman wanted the Texas death match and, said he would do anything to get it. And when he said anything, he meant everything, because then he gave a buckshot to Marina Shafir, and my jaw hit the floor. I was so shocked. Marina had kind of been asking for it the entire time, and they kind of hinted at it, and I was like, oh, I wonder if he's actually gonna hit her, and that he did. And I was like, holy crap, he really does mean business and he will do anything. And then eventually the ops came out for backup for Hangman. And I mean, it was just straight chaos and everyone was throwing hands, and it was just like, chaos is the word I could use to describe that segment. But then in the end, finally, Moxley agreed to the Texas death match at All In Texas for the AEW World Championship. And now I'm really curious to see if Hangman can actually pull off this win. I'm not saying he can't, but I'm just, with the psychopath that Moxley is, I'm really curious to see if he can do it. And I really hope he can, because I miss him being champion. So let's see what happens at All In. I think it's going to be very intriguing. After that, we had our first match of the night. It was for the TBS championship. We had Mercedes Moné versus Mina Shirakawa. Also, last night was Mercedes' 1,000th match, which is absolutely crazy to think about. You guys know Mercedes is my GOAT, my number one of all time. She is everything to me. And I have watched close, not all 1,000 matches, but I have watched close to all 1,000 matches. And this girl is just amazing. She's the GOAT. I don't care what anyone says. It's just facts. And to the match, it was a really, really good match. I mean, obviously, we all know Mercedes is the GOAT. I'll never shut up saying that. I'll die on a hill saying that. And, she has the greatest matches with everybody. But this one in particular was really good. And I think that Mina Shirakawa is really underrated. And, she was able to really showcase her moveset very nicely in this match, and I really loved it. But of course, in the end, Mercedes Moné won and retained her title. But then after that, Toni Storm, for context, was actually sitting commentary, and this girl looked mad stressed the entire time. And I was like, oh, she's feeling the pressure. But then after the match, Toni got in the ring to check on Mina after Mercedes beat her, and then Mercedes hit her with the TBS title and ran away. And then she yelled at the TV, or she yelled at Toni, but obviously we saw it on the TV, as she said, your time is up, Toni, and my time is now. And when she said that, I was like, okay, John Cena, hello. And it was just a little bit of a gag that she would say that. Obviously, she knows what's going on. She's aware. So for her to say that little line, I was like, Okay, John Cena nod, period. Then after that, we had a fatal four-way match to determine who would hold the second spot in the men's casino gauntlet match. We had MJF versus Brody King versus AR Fox versus Anthony Bowens. Now, this was also a really, really good match. So many different wrestling styles all colliding at once, and everybody was just so hungry for that second spot in the casino gauntlet match. And you could tell everyone was so aggressive, so like sharp and on it. And I just thought everyone did so well. And I felt that having the Hurt Syndicate out there on the outside of the ring also really helped with the storytelling aspect of this match. And overall, I just really loved it. But in the end, of course, MJF won and now holds the second spot / entry into the men's casino gauntlet match happening at All in Texas. But then after, Mark Briscoe came out to put MJF in his place and kind of humble him a bit to remind him that Mark Briscoe, holds the number one spot for the men's casino gauntlet match. He wanted him to lock in and remember that he's going to have to go through him first before getting to anything else. So then after that, Speedball Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight came to fight off Shelton and Bobby because they're a little bit stubborn and like just don't want to give up on them. But Bobby and Shelton took care of them. But then Jet Speed was continuing to be defiant and would not let up. They would get beaten down, but then they would get back up and say, you have to kill us if you want to stop. It was this whole dramatic thing. And to be honest, after the third time they did it, I was like, okay, guys, let's wrap this up. They did it a couple times and I was like, guys, we're done. Okay. And then Kevin Knight got on the mic and said a line that I really liked. He said, quote, you may know how to hurt people, but if you want to get rid of us, you're going to have to kill us. And I loved that line. I thought that was a really fun line. And then after that, we had a heroes versus villains match. We had Bandito and the Paragon versus the Young Bucks and Konosuke Takeshita. Jesus, I can't say these names anymore. Konosuke Takeshita. There we go. I got it. Some of these names are really hard for me to pronounce. I'm not really good at pronouncing names, so I got it. Thank God. This match was really cool because it was actually in partnership with the new Superman movie coming out, and hence the heroes and villains theme. And I love when AEW does these really cool partnerships, especially with like movies or new TV shows coming out, because then they get to do really fun promo things like these matches that have a really fun theme. And it's just a nice way to like spice up a match and give us really cool matchups that we wouldn't have had otherwise. And so this one really emphasized, the heels and the baby faces in these tag teams. And I thought it was really awesome. And, to the match, everyone did great. And of course, my goats, the Young Bucks, I mean, constantly bring new things to the table each and every week and each and every time they step through those ropes. And that's what I love so much about them. And of course, in the end, because they are just them, the Young Bucks and Konosuke Takeshita, ate that up. They won the match, which was awesome. And then Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland came out to demand their tag match that they had asked for with them for All In. And, they asked last week for the stipulation that if the Young Bucks lost, that they would also give up their EVP titles, but the Young Bucks said no because there's nothing in it for them. So then Will was like a little bit ballsy and decided to add a stipulation for them. So he said, okay, well, if we lose, then we can't challenge for the title for a year. And Swerve was like, absolutely not. We are not doing that. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? But in the end, after it was all said and done, everyone agreed. And we're finally getting this dream tag team match at All in Texas, the Young Bucks versus Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland with heavy stipulations. So if the Young Bucks lose, they have to give up their EVP titles. But if Swerve and Ospreay lose, they can't I can't speak. They can't challenge for the AEW World Championship for a year. Now, I have a feeling that they're not going to let the Young Bucks lose this one. So I think we'll have a fun chase back to the title storyline with the two of them. But again, you never know. After that, we had another heroes versus villains tag team match. We had Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland versus the Beast Mortos and Dralistico. Dralistico? I'm pretty sure that's how you say his name, right? I kind of ate. I was on a roll real quick and then I stopped. Dralistico. I ate that. Okay. Anyways, see, you're getting the real version of me today. I'm recording this episode a little bit earlier than normal, so I don't know if my brain's not fully awake or something, but it's okay. We're still gonna get through this episode. We're still talking about everything. It's fine. But to the match, it was an incredible match, and I loved the mix of high fly and lucha libre wrestling styles, and when they collided, it was literally epic. I loved it. And there were so many cool spots and moments that made this match truly all that it was. But of course, in the end, Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland won, and I really loved the finish because they both got to do really cool moves and work together to get that win, which is something that I think is very important in their storyline, currently, that I think is amazing. All right, the main event. Let's see if I can get these two names right off the bat, because I've been having a hard time with names today. All right, here we go. Kazuchika Okada versus Kota Ibushi. Guys, I got through all the names today. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, we had Kazuchika Okada versus Kota Ibushi. Now, this was a freaking wild match, because think about it. We have two intense, hard-hitting, athletic men absolutely tearing each other apart. And holy crap. I mean, I truly wish I could accurately describe the greatness of this match, but you just have to go watch it to find out. And if you already watched it, then you know. But of course, in the end, Kazuchika Okada did take that W. And after the match, my TV actually cut out because I think that they went into overtime. Like, they went over the time slot that they have on TBS. So I didn't get to see actually the ending of the match. I had to look it up. But I did see on Instagram that Kenny Omega did come out, which was so cool. Again, because I only saw a clip, I don't fully know what happened, but all I know is that he came out. So hopefully they get to show that clip next week on Dynamite so I can get some more context. But let's head into my overall thoughts. I thought it was a fantastic show, especially celebrating 300 episodes of AEW Dynamite. You know, Dynamite is probably top 2, sometimes number 1 favorite show throughout the week. I mean, they just constantly put on bangers each and every week. And it's just been such a joy to be watching Dynamite every single week. And all the talent there is just absolutely out of this world. Tony Khan, the brain he has is amazing for all these storylines and matches, and all the creative team back there in AEW. It's just amazing. And I have so much fun watching. And, I don't cover Collision on my podcast, or I don't cover TNA, or I really only cover the 3 WWE shows and then Dynamite. This is a 4-day-a-week podcast, and if I want to add more shows, I'm going to have to do it months and months apart to like get myself in the rhythm of it. At some point, I would love to cover Collision, but this weekend is Collision's 100th episode, and I was looking at the card and it looks really, really good. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely go watch that. I believe it's permanently, or not permanently, but for the time being, on Max now. I looked on YouTube TV, which is where I watched my shows, and I didn't see it. It said that you had to go watch it on Max. So I believe it's on Max. If not, TNT. Don't quote me on that. I don't really know. But definitely go watch it. 8/7 Central. It's going to be amazing. But let's get into my match of the night. My match of the night was the Heroes versus Villains tag match. I thought it was so entertaining and so fun. I'm speaking specifically of the Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland one. It was so good. I loved it with all my heart. It was amazing. Then my segment of the night, hands down, was the opening segment with Hangman Adam Page. I mean, it was pure chaos, and I loved every second of it. Overall, I'd rate the show about an 8.5 out of 10. It was a fantastic show, like I said, celebrating 300 episodes of Dynamite, and I'm already looking forward to when we celebrate 400 episodes of Dynamite. I know we have many more to come, and I cannot wait. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to this episode of Champion the Passion. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review if you enjoyed. Follow me at It's Victoria Daisy across all social platforms, and follow Champion the Passion across all streaming platforms. Don't forget to champion your passions and celebrate the joy in what you love, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.